Hi guys. Welcome to Bikers Club channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about 10 things most people didn't know about Tom Cruise's bikes in Top Gun. So make sure to watch the full video. People always love movies that have gorgeous cars and bikes. They are the reason we watch these movies. Top Gun is no different, and it also features airplanes. The camera crew fled to capture the cinematic, giving the movie a realistic feel. However, Top Gun faced the tragic death of one of the stunt pilots, Art Scholl, while filming one of the scenes. Later, the movie was dedicated to his life. Tom Cruise goes hand in hand with bikes. Therefore, we can see the famous actor on bikes in multiple movies such as Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, in which he drives the gorgeous asymmetrical headlight BMW S1000RR. Yet another BMW is the nineT featured in Mission Impossible, Fallout. Cruise loves to drive bikes, which is why he also has some specials in his collection, such as the Vyrus 987 C34V. Tom Cruise almost always drives BMW cars or bikes in every Mission Impossible series, but Kawasaki is Maverick's choice here. So why exactly does Maverick choose a Kawasaki over other brands? Well, we have prepared a list of why the Kawasaki deserve the spotlight and some facts people may be unaware of. Number 10. The GPZ900R was one of the fastest production bikes of its time. The producers of Top Gun knew precisely what would fascinate the crowd, and they accurately expected the notion. Tom Cruise wearing the aviators on the GPZ900R added that wow factor to Top Gun and helped to keep the movie at the top of the charts for months. The GPZ900R could reach the top speed of 151 miles per hour, making it the fastest bike of its time. The producers didn't even have second thoughts about the bike. It is the fastest, so it had to be there. Number 9. The first Ninja by Kawasaki was indeed the GPZ900R. Kawasaki debuted the GPZ900R in 1984. Kawasaki was secretly working on the GPZ900R for 6 years, and the suspense reaped was pretty sweet. It is the first ever motorcycle they called a Ninja, and the predecessor of all the Ninjas offered today by Kawi. The GPZ900R came with many technologies, which is why it was ahead of time compared to other sports bikes offered back then. It amazed every rider and non-riders by its looks and captivity, making it more worthy to inherit the legendary first Ninja tag. Number 8. The GPZ900R had many firsts. The first Ninja had many firsts that will certainly amaze you. Liquid cooling and 4 valves per cylinder with an OHV are standard now. However, the GPZ900R was the first motorcycle to receive them. Also, it came with anti-dive forks that are a variable damping system. Not only this, but what made the GPZ more amusing is that it came with an aircraft-inspired flush-fitted spring-mounted fuel cap rather than a traditional twist cap. Apart from this, the engine was lower to the ground and acted as a stressed member, giving the rider more stability. Now that is what we call a competition killer. Number 7. GPZ900R was the first production bike to cross the 150 miles per hour mark. Many modern bikes can go over 150 miles per hour, but even talking about this figure in the 80s on a bike would make people think you're bluffing. But you would experience silence if they knew you have the GPZ900R. The GPZ900R came with a 908cc 16-valve inline 4-cylinder liquid-cooled engine that produced 115 horsepower at about 9,800 revolutions per minute. It could do a quarter mile in less than 11 seconds and achieve a top speed of 155 miles per hour. This made the GPZ900R the first production bike to cross the 150 mph mark. Number 6. The GPZ900R also won by first and second places in Isle of Man TT. Just after the unveiling of the GPZ900R in 1983, they put 3 works GPZs in the Isle of Man TT race, and surprise, surprise, the Ninja came in first and second places. It seemed inevitable, considering the speed and power of the thing. The accomplishment of the GPZ intrigued everyone since for them, it was just another motorcycle out of the garage. However, this time, it was the first Ninja, so it had to be first. This gave the GPZ900R all the glory following the feature in Top Gun. Number 5. Another fastest production bike of its time is used in Top Gun 2, the Ninja H2. The Ninja H2 does not need an introduction as we are a community that can't miss the update of a bike touching 250 miles per hour in just 26 seconds. It was the H2R that is not road legal, however, that gives us clues on how powerful the H2 is as it shares the same engine. Powered with a 998cc inline 4-cylinder supercharged engine producing about 228 horsepower and 104.9 pound-feet of torque, the Ninja H2 is impressive. This was enough reason for the directors not to consider any other options. Number 4. The Ninja H2 is the first supercharged production bike. Kawasaki always tries to move the floor below our feet, and yet they are successful every time doing that. They put a supercharger on a bike. That too in a production motorcycle. So it whistles every time you give it a pump, of course, with clutch applied, cause full throttle is not an option considering. Kawasaki used the centrifugal type supercharger that creates a crazy 20.5 psi boost. It also means the impeller spins 9.2 times faster than the crank, which is equivalent to 130,000 revolutions per minute, and rams 200 liters of air every second. This is why the H2 outshines all other bikes. Number 3. The Ninja H2 has self-healing paint. Yet another amazing fact about the masterpiece. It gets self-healing paint that removes minor scratches itself. You don't need to worry about dust scratches anymore since you have the gorgeous monster with healing paint that will keep the H2 as it is for a long time. Though it has self-healing paint, it doesn't entertain big and deep scratches, as it is not any miracle paint, it is science and has some limitations. However, the stunning metallic gray paint looks fabulous on the H2 and doesn't lack portraying a futuristic motorcycle. Number 2. There is no warranty for any parts in the Ninja H2. With a crazy supercharger, self-healing paint, and scary power, the Ninja H2 has everything on offer except for any warranty on any parts. Yes, you are not dreaming. Somehow, Kawasaki decided not to give a warranty on any parts of the H2. Coming at a price tag of $29,500 for the H2 and $33,000 for the H2R, the no warranty policy might seem unfair, but Kawasaki knew how this could backfire since the H2 is the first supercharged bike. However, those who own the H2 or want to own it better take care of it as things can be expensive. Number 1. Its power-to-weight ratio is way higher than the Bugatti Chiron. The Ninja H2 weighs about 524 pounds. Though it is heavy for a sports bike, it doesn't mean it's anywhere slow. The H2 creates about 228 horsepower, making its power-to-weight ratio about 957 horsepower/ton, which is more than Bugatti Chiron. The Chiron creates about 750 horsepower/ton. However, the Ninja the top-spec H2R sits at the top since it weighs 476 pounds and creates a crazy 326 horsepower on ram air. Considering the figures, the H2R is enough to leave most of the machines with dust, creating more than 1,400 horsepower/ton. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel before you go.